Let's talk about body checking. You may have seen this term circulating social media quite a lot recently. It is the compulsive and obsessive need to check your body both visually and by touch, specifically at a body part you wish you could minimize or alter. Off the bat, you're probably thinking of something like this.
God, my hips are huge. Oh, please, I hate my calves. I've got man shoulders.
But what I'm talking about here are the more critical cases, where some people physically cannot go through the day without checking out specific parts of their body. In these cases, it can be anywhere from, let's say, 10 to 100 times a day. We spoke to clinical psychologist Dr. Manly to get her take on what is really going on when somebody is excessively body checking.
So there is a certain type of body checking that is part of being human, right? It's part of being a person who has a mirror. We're looking at body checking as a problematic issue is when it becomes chronic, when you feel compelled to do it and it is something that begins to take over your life. So we would not want the term body checking to be a diagnosis in and of itself. We know that it is a symptom of a self-esteem issue and it's correlated with eating disorders. When we realize that we are simply programming our brain, whatever we do more of becomes more of who we are. So for example, thinking kind thoughts, being a kind person, we will become kinder. If we are being cruel and vicious, then we become more cruel and vicious. But, the hardwired patterns. It is the same with something like body check.
Now, this is not a new concept. I know that insecurities did not just pop up out of the blue in 2020. But in the era of Instagram, Netflix, and pretty much all media images at our fingertips, it's almost too easy to compare ourselves to other people. And it's not just women, but men too. A study published in 2014 from Pew Research Center states that men are pretty much just as active as women are on social media. So basically, one of the main factors that is making insecurities worse now compared to, let's say, 10, 20, even 30 years ago is the social media aspect. We as a society have always been seeking external validation and approval, but only this time, the target is always moving. It may not always be the case, but as stated by Dr. Manly, a lot of the time body checking is correlated with certain eating disorders.
So body checking can absolutely be a normal part of a weight loss diet experience. They're going to be looking at their body in the mirror and naturally saying, do I look different? That is a natural part of being conscious of your body. However, body checking doesn't cause any eating disorder. But body checking is correlated with eating disorders. Anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, binge eating disorder. People who suffer from those disorders generally do a great deal of body checking. It's part and parcel of the disorder.
If you are noticing a friend or a loved one that may be struggling with what might seem like excessive body checking, there is so much you can do to support him or her. Build your friend up. Tell them how beautiful they are. And tell them how strong they are. And if it's getting to the point where that's not enough, give them the name and number of a cognitive behavioral therapist that they can talk to.
One of the most difficult parts about being alive today is that we are constantly comparing ourselves. So if we just learn that that's there, that toxic voice, and start turning it down and realizing we have control over that volume knob, we can turn it down. We can say, I don't want to listen to you. Stop harassing me, right?
To sum this all up, be kind to yourself, because it is human nature to check your body in the mirror. You can begin to notice red flags when it seems to be consuming your days every day. And don't forget that taking care of your mental health and practicing healthy self-talk is the most important thing you can do for you in 2020.